Okay, cool. Fantastic. Oh, I'm so pleased to meet you.
Wow, nice to meet you.
No, it was
The
just,
connection is crazy.
it is a small world. So let me just explain to people who will be watching this that
Okay.
so I recently launched a program, career development program for young emerging leaders. And I was posting the thumbnail and advertising in different WhatsApp groups. And one of my friends in the WhatsApp group messages me and says, "That's my niece on the photo, the one with the hat." Let me just see. Let me share my screen. Yeah. Yeah. So is that you?
Yes, that is me. That is me. That is, I think that is 2017 me.
That's 2017 you. And I was just so amazed when somebody said, because it's a stock photo. So I actually got it from iStock Photos, which is the related
Yes,
to, I think, Getty Images. And
yes,
so I just found it amazing that out of all the photos, I picked one
yes.
which had a Malawian young woman on it. And so because the course is
Oh,
about young emerging leaders, just trying to envision a better future, the careers that they would want to go into, and just hearing from your aunt a bit of the what you're doing, I thought it would really encourage people if you came on here and just shared part of your story, what you're doing, who you are. Let me just stop share.
yeah,
Yeah. So tell
yeah.
us, who is Ani Chitambo? Did I say that okay?
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Um, okay, well, I was obviously born in Malawi
Yeah.
and raised mostly in South Africa.
Uh-huh.
Um, and so I started my career when I moved to Cape Town here in South
Okay.
Africa.
Yeah.
That was 2016.
All right. Uh-huh.
And I work as a stock photographer. So I know in that photo I'm modeling,
Yes.
but I take those kinds of photos. So my best friend actually took that photo of me
Oh,
with the
wow.
group, but she is a fellow colleague of mine.
Hmm.
And the way we met was when I moved to Cape Town, um, I was going to be starting a job as an intern.
Hmm.
But the way that I became an intern at the stock photography company
Mm.
is very interesting because when I finished university, my sister was helping me like look for jobs. I was online searching. I didn't know what I was going to do because I
Mm.
studied photojournalism. And so I was
Oh,
like, oh, well, maybe I'll have a career in the media. Maybe I'll join a media house as a writer, or we'll see what photography jobs are out there. But
mm.
it's not so easy to find, a
Yeah.
career
Yeah.
related to photography. And I didn't know much about stock photography. I don't think I even knew it really was a thing. But
Uh-huh.
my my sister sent me this link. She was like, "Oh, look, I saw this ad on Facebook. It's for a competition, and at the end of the competition, you get an opportunity to become an intern. It's like a photography boot camp. So I came to Cape Town for
Mm.
a week, and I was participating in this competition to take photos of different things, different photo challenges. And at the end of the week, I actually got into first place. It was like over 100 participants. So that
Wow.
was like very encouraging. I was like,
That's
okay,
amazing.
I
Mm.
stand a chance clearly of becoming an intern here. So I got the internship and then I moved to Cape Town and I started that job. And it was a 2-year internship, so that's a long time to be an intern.
Wow. Wow. How did you even think
Yeah.
of going into photojournalism, though?
Photojournalism, I think, I mean, I've always kind of like enjoyed arts and writing
Mm.
and reading and just learning about the world, I think, in general.
Yeah.
So to be honest, like in high school, I was already taking photos. And in high school, I was involved with the Publicity Society. It was like a society where we had like the high school newsletter. So that's
Yeah.
already a little bit like journalism focused. So
Yeah.
I think I just had an interest in combining like the mediums of photography and writing and just having a voice, I guess. And yeah, that's how I chose to study
So what's
photojournalism.
a typical day for you, if such a thing exists, like in your line of work? What's a typical day? What are some of the things that your kind of job involves?
Right. So a lot of people think like I just wake up and I'm taking photos every day, but it's actually not not that.
Yeah.
I would say most of my time is actually spent like planning production. And so I will work with a producer and I'll say, this month I would like to shoot a family of 5 at home. Maybe an insurance company will be interested in buying that, or yeah. So I will work with a producer. I'll decide what I want to shoot for the month. It might be more than one shoot. And then I'll also be editing shoots that I've done previously. So it's a lot of planning and editing and sitting in front of a computer. I sit in front of a computer a lot.
Yeah.
And I work from home, so it's a
Yeah.
lot of it's a lot of administration, and a shoot day is like completely different because I'll be out of the house maybe by 7 a.m. and then I'll come home at 7 or 8 p.m. And so that's a full day of production.
Yeah.
But it's
Okay.
good.
So are you like freelancer, or are you employed by somebody, or what?
So now I am self-employed.
Okay.
So I was an intern for 2 years, and then I became self-employed. So the whole point of the internship was that they were teaching us like how to take stock photos.
Okay.
But at the end, and then all the photos that we took, they had the copyright too. So
Oh, wow.
interesting business model. Yeah. They taught us everything, but the exchange was that obviously we got paid, but they also were able to profit from our photos.
Yeah.
And then at the end of that internship, we were able to start our own companies with the guidance of the company that we were interning under. And so I started a portfolio under my name and started earning my own royalties, while also having a connection with the company that I was interning with, because they supplied us with retouchers and keyworders. It's a whole process to get a photo online, because someone has to be able to search for young people, and the people involved in the process of making sure that the photo will sell. So so we had access to the retouchers basically being the people that would edit the photos, or edit out trademarks, edit out, clear the skin, that kind of stuff. Keyworders being the people that will help make the photo searchable.
Okay.
And and then just the whole distribution of getting that photo online.
Yeah.
So
So
now I
when
am
you
self-employed.
So when you think of like you mentioned, you want to shoot a family of 5, do you just come up with the ideas, or are people do people commission you that, okay, can you go and search for a family of 5? These are the kind of pictures that we're looking for, or how does it work?
Yeah. So I don't work with briefs. Basically, when I was learning this whole industry, we were taught that certain themes will sell, and we're able to see that just through doing our own shoots. So we know. So I always will photograph people in different scenarios, but I will focus on photographing business, maybe people having a business conference, or like a single model in an office space. I'll also focus on medical shoots, maybe in a hospital or in a clinic, and seniors. So the elderly, senior care, retirement themes. Those 3 are the 3 that will definitely have a good return. And so we were taught to we were taught about the market trends, and also trial and error, I guess. We would do a shoot and think, oh, maybe this is going to be creative, this will be fun, maybe it will sell, and we'll put it online, and it wouldn't sell. So it is very like logical, like you have to look at the numbers and be like, oh, this is what people want, this is what advertisers want, or this is actually what the market wants, as opposed to like just being too creative. There is a room for creativity. By creativity, I just mean like artistic kinds of shoots. There's also room for that, but it's not as commercial, I would say, as those other themes. But yeah, sometimes there are briefs that are put online. iStock, companies will look for certain things, but that's also kind of like limiting how much it will sell, because it's just one company that might want you to shoot this one thing. Whereas if I shoot like a business conference, then I know like, oh, a lot of people are likely to purchase from this shoot.
Okay. So when your auntie told me that that's my niece or whatever, she travels all around the world. Where are some of the places that you've been, and what are some of the most exciting things that have happened to you?
Oh, wow.
Or one of the most exciting things that has happened.
Yeah. Well, I've traveled to the States. I've traveled to Brazil. I've traveled to quite a few countries in Europe. So the UK, Portugal, Spain, France, Italy, Hungary. I might be forgetting some, but yeah. And then Asia, I've been to Thailand. So let's see what was the most interesting. I would say like I think America, just in terms of like, it really is like the movies, or just when I entered it, everything is like big and the people are like loud, and it felt like I was in another world. So I wasn't expecting that. I was like, oh, we consume so much American media. And the States is actually the biggest consumer of my portfolio. So you know, I was like, okay, it's good to visit the States and shoot there and see how the market is. But I think just entering it like that, I got the biggest culture shock, because I was like, wow, it really is just loud and everyone's out there. And and then I think Asia was just like very different. So I knew it would be different because Thailand, I don't know, it's not a country that I was like so familiar with, but like going there, people were like, oh, look, it's Michelle Obama, or oh like Rihanna. What is this?
So that was interesting.
And then the communication barrier obviously was more challenging in Thailand. So getting shoots there was quite interesting, because we would be scouting, we would be maybe like on the beach or just in public. We would literally have to go to people, up to people, and ask, could we please have a shoot with you? And this is how it's going to work. And if they were interested or not, you know, that was up to them. But it tested like our networking skills. But this job in general is that, because you're always you know, communicating with models and interacting with people. So yeah.
So that's the other question I had, that is it actual just like real everyday people, or are they usually models who you work with?
So in Cape Town, it's like a mixture of everyday people that might just like be starting out in the modeling industry, or might just like just want, you know, the extra money, and they'll be like, okay, I'll do this shoot. But yeah, we work mainly with models here. So I will go on like an agency website, and I'll decide, oh, this is the kind of model I'm looking for this shoot. Because I think it's easier to produce in Cape Town, just because it's more affordable to run like a set. And that's why you have a lot of like film companies coming to Cape Town from the States, from all over, to shoot movies and productions, because I think it's just easier and more affordable. And then when I'm overseas, it is sometimes models, but it's also like it will be everyday people that we will pay to model for us, and then we really have to direct. But that's the great part, because stock photography is really about like the everyday person. So photographing like a variety of people, they don't have to be like the perfect model, if you know what I mean. It's very broad in terms of who we shoot.
So I'm interested, how old were you, if you don't mind asking, when you left Malawi going to South Africa?
How old was I? 5.
Okay, so you pretty much,
it was 2001.
Okay.
Yeah.
So pretty much you've grown up in South Africa, I would say.
Yes.
Because I was just wondering how much environment plays in kind of the way your journey.
I would say Sorry?
No, I was just wondering how much the role of the environment where you grew up played in terms of where you've ended up now, in terms of your career.
Yeah.
But I guess you were too young to really say that, oh yeah, if I'd been in Malawi, I would have done this or I wouldn't have. It's difficult to say.
I don't know in terms of like alternative career routes. Like I don't know how it would have gone. I know like growing up, like I was always this person that was interested in reading and writing and arts, and like so that was always something I was interested in. And so I wonder if we had stayed in Malawi, how it would have gone. But I think there's still always room for being a creative person wherever you are. Like, and that creativity might also come in really being creative about what job can I do, and also just connecting with different people and asking around and seeing what's on offer. Because my sister connected me with this job, actually. Like I didn't even see the link myself. And so I think it's important to never like disregard how other people can help you. You know, to always be able to use the community around you to assist in that kind of scenario. Even if it's like, oh, this person isn't necessarily creative, but maybe they'll know someone that is, or just by asking, you know, you never know where that will get you. And
okay. Well, thanks so much, Tamani, for your time. And as I mentioned, that the whole thing started because I've launched a career development course. Maybe if you can give other young people, I mean, you already started with what you just said, but just to encourage young people who are maybe starting out or who are looking for opportunities, what would you say to them? And I'm kind of putting you on the spot, but yeah. How would you
what would I say to the young people? Because you are young, you're able to dream big. And I think, you know, sometimes in African societies, you're told like, this is what you must study, this is what you must do to be successful. And maybe it's easy to just be like, there's only one path to my success. So I think it's important to continue dreaming big. But also, like I said, like, don't be shy to ask the people around you for help, you know, or to be like, this is what I'm interested in doing. Maybe you'll know someone, because it's also like a humbling experience to be like, oh, well, you know, I'm in this position now. I don't know what I'm doing with my life, but let me try and seek out opportunities for myself. I think it's important to seek out opportunities. It doesn't always have to be, I'm going online and I'm going onto the job portal and I'm doing it this way. It can also just be like talking to different people, approaching different businesses.
Fantastic. Okay. And so if someone wants to see your portfolio or just to find out more about you, where can we find you online? Like what's your social media or your website or I don't know.
So I mainly have a presence on iStock. So if you type, you know, when you're typing in the search bar for specific photos, you can just type in like my company name, which is Moyo Studio, Moyo Studio, into that search bar. My social media needs some help at the moment, so I'm not even gonna that's like a whole other ball game. But yeah, that's I can send you a link to my portfolio as well if you would.
Cool. And if someone wanted, so you don't work on commission, if someone like literally has like they have a project and they want specific photos for their project, do you do that at all?
Yes, I can do that.
Okay.
Yeah, it depends.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, we froze for a bit.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So you were saying?
So I do work with companies. If it's commission based, I can also do that.
Yeah.
Mainly I just shoot stock, but I've also done some shoots for like a hospital. I don't really do private, like I won't do like family shoots or that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do work with this company.
Yeah.
I'm open to that.
Oh, well, this has been wonderful. And I'm so grateful that you agreed to speak with me at such short notice. I was so excited.
No problem. Yeah, it's nice to see you face to face and connect. Yeah.
Yeah.
And are you contacting me from the UK right now? Where are you
No,
right
no,
now?
no. I'm actually in Blantyre in Malawi.
So
Oh,
you're in Blantyre. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Definitely. Yeah. All right, Tawani. Thank you again for coming on the call. I really appreciate it and wonderful speaking with you. All right.
Yeah.
Thanks so much.
For making it easy.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right. Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.